Hello, welcome. Our topic is Introduction to Civics. Introduction to Civics, we are looking at the meaning of civics, rights, and responsibilities of every citizen. First, the meaning of civics. Civics teaches us about the rights and responsibilities of citizens of our country. So, the rights and responsibilities citizens have. So, what's the meaning of a citizen? A citizen is someone who legally comes from a country. Yes, you are a citizen of Nigeria. Ways someone may become a Nigerian citizen. First, the person must be of full age and has lived in Nigeria for at least 15 years than a foreign woman married to a Nigerian man, even through naturalization. Okay, rights and responsibilities. First, there are civic rights of a citizen, right to life, right to dignity of human person, right to personal liberty, right to fair hearing, these are legal rights. Right to privacy, you need your privacy. Right to freedom from discrimination, right to vote and be voted for, right to own a property. Then we have responsibilities as citizens. First, we have to pay our taxes, tolerate others, vote in elections, okay, serve on a jury when we've been invited to bear witnesses in the court, and then we must obey the law. So these are the rights and responsibilities. Okay, why is civic education important? Successful democracy depends on active participation of their citizens. Okay, so civic education seems to inform and empower citizens to fulfill their role. Now, the purpose of civic education is to encourage and empower us to understand our political environment and to actively participate in democratic process. So this is why civic education is also known as democracy education. So civic education has two components. First, it provides us with knowledge. For example, knowledge about our rights, okay, the roles and functions we have to do, even the parliament. I said, why is civic education important? Okay, so civic education is very important because it teaches us about democracy and constitution. It helps us to understand our roles and responsibilities as citizens. Then we have had democracy for over 20 years, okay? It helps our lives to be better. You know, Nigeria have had democracy for over 20 years, so we need civic education to know how we can use the political system to better our life. So civic education empowers you to change the world around you for the better. Okay, so it's very important you know all the rights and responsibilities as a citizen. And now, the idea of human rights is that each one of us, no matter who we are or where we are born, we are entitled to the same basic rights and freedoms. Now, human rights are not privileges and they are not granted or revoked, they are inalienable and universal. That's why it might sound very straight, but most times it gets incredibly complicated as soon as anyone tries to put the idea into practice. So what exactly is the basic human right? Who gets to pick them, who enforces them, and how? The history and concept of human rights has long way prior to centuries and across societies and cultures have struggled with finding rightfulness, justice, and rights. From the World War II, the treaty that established the UN, okay, in one of its purposes to reaffirm faith in fundamental human rights, okay. Now, in 1948, the General Assembly, they adopted the human rights, the Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, okay. It was actually chaired and it was made the basis for modern international human rights. The declaration was based on principles that all human beings are born free and equal. Okay, it recognizes, among other things, the principle of non-discrimination and the right to life and liberty, the negative freedoms from torture and slavery, and even positive freedoms like freedoms from movement. And then, okay, it includes to residents, then political rights such as freedom of expression, religion, peaceful assembly, as well as social and economic and cultural rights such as the right to education, the right to work and be treated fairly, to be paid even after working. The declaration takes no side as to which sides are more important. It's a hint on universality, individuality, and interdependence. So in the past decades, we have seen that human rights have actually grown. Okay, so with these, the principles have helped us to develop The rights. Now, most times human rights are abused and ignored time in, time out, again, and then again. All over the world, the problem in general is that it is not at all easy to universally enforce these rights or punish transgressors. Okay, but human rights laws are constantly evolving as abuse, okay, are being fixed. Lesson recap. We're going to look at all the things we have done so far. First of all, we have said that civics teaches us about the rights and responsibilities of a citizen. A citizen is someone who legally comes from a country. Our rights are those things that all citizens are allowed to have. Okay, while responsibilities are those things citizens have to do for their country. Then we've talked about civic rights. First of all, the first right is the right to life. Right to life is the first civic right. Okay, then we have right to dignity, right to privacy, to fair hearing. We must be heard before we are being judged. Okay, right to freedom of speech. Thanks for watching this video, and I encourage you to finish up with your assignment and submit properly. See you in the next class. Be good.